What's up, guys? So, today I bring one of my topics in which I really do not know what kind of an opinion to have since it's something that doesn't apply to me. But I would like to just share what my impressions and feelings are based on different types of circumstances. And if any of you guys out there have been in this situation, or you're in this situation, or you have experienced such a thing, please let me know because I am really curious. It's something that could happen to me in the future. So, the more experience and opinions and thoughts that I get from other people, I feel like the better my future would be should I experience such a thing. And I see you, Wolf. It's about time that you came back, but I knew that you would be missing in action because you had expressed a few, like, was it a month ago, 2 months ago, however long ago, that you might be missing in action. But anyways, good to see you again. I hope you're well. Okay, so basically what my title is talking about is whenever you get involved in a relationship and at some point, if you are dating someone who has children and you have your own children, or you are dating someone who has children but you don't have children, maybe the person who is the parent may be the kind of person who's going to absolutely prioritize their children over anything. And I think that is a good position to have. It's a good mentality to have because your children need you, especially when they're really young. And of course, you cannot neglect them because that would be you being an irresponsible adult. But at the same time, I'm thinking if your children will constantly be your priority, how can you find the balance between um, dating and not letting your kids get in the way? And I don't want to sound like children are a problem, not at all. But if you're dating someone, you need to be able to be present in the relationship. But sometimes I have known people who have had to leave their relationships because the person they are dating wanted to be the center of attention, and clearly, you cannot be the center of attention when this person has other commitments. That's specifically why I would automatically turn down a guy if he has children. Because I don't have kids, and I know why I don't have kids. I don't have kids because I want for them to have a stable home, and on top of that, I don't want for them to wonder where they're going to spend the holidays at, and um, like which parent executes what function. Like, usually, kids get fed up with the mother because we end up with custody more often than not. And then when you hang out with your father for like the weekend, of course, you're going to have a blast with your father because you're going to do the fun stuff with him. But during the week, when you're with the mother, you're going to associate her with stress and bullshit because she has to look after you. She has to make sure you do your homework. She's the one who's telling you to go to bed early. So I can understand why kids may have a bias for enjoying the time that they spend more with the father. Same thing with dating. When you're dating each other, you leave the best of yourself for when you hang out. But when you actually get to live with someone, that's when you get to see how they are exactly, from top to bottom. So I want to say that I don't want to say that there's a limit to how much you can let your children be involved, but is there like an age that you guys feel like once a child hits that age, you should be able to let go of them? Or do you really have to be stuck to I will be a parent for the rest of my life kind of mindset? And the reason I ask this is because I have known people who have children who are in their 20s and they get in trouble or something, and the parent is like, well, I'm still the mother, I want to be there for them, I know they're an adult but it's my child, I want to help them. So the person who they're dating got mad at them because the this is a woman, the woman was putting her kids first, and then the guy was like, why are you giving your kids more attention than me, pretty much, long story short. And then, the mother was like, well, because that's the way it is. I'll be a mother for the rest of my life. You have your kids. If you're not there for them, that's your problem, but I conduct my life different than you. And clearly that is a difference that they could not live with, so they split. Of course, there's more to the story than just that incident, but I thought that that's interesting because I never thought about it. I never thought about how kids really, the the role that they play when they are not your kids. So I have thought about it in a really limited way, but not from that point of view of, I gotta be second place because this person's commitment. This person cannot be independently committed to me. They have other things to be committed with. See what I mean? So I just wanted to put that out there, put my thoughts out there, see what you guys say, what you guys have experienced, because I honestly have no idea just what the extent of that stress is. And also, because most of you who watch me are males, I would like to hear it from your point of view, because I always hear it from the point of view of the mother. But I feel like I need to hear both sides of the story to better grasp why there are some differences that you just cannot get over, or what kind of relationship complications tend to be unresolved and why. And what do you wish you would have done differently? Or what would have saved your relationship? Or are you condemned to live a life of frustration once you have a kid and you split from their father? And I just want to know. You guys let me know, because I just have no idea. I can only speak from the stories I have heard, of course. Relationship talk. You know what? Hi, Zamra. Your hair is in Michigan. Yep. Next thing you know, it'll be in Alaska. Ollie, where are you? If Ollie arrives in here, I am so going to embarrass him, and you will know why. So, so maybe he's just lurking and not reporting himself, but yeah, I will embarrass him. Yes, kids come first, and if a person is dating someone, it's gonna make sure that man or woman is good for the kids. Of course, you want to date someone who's going to be a positive influence and a great example to follow, but that leads me to ask another question. If you are going to date someone who already has their children, do you expect to be hands off with the children, or to be hands on? And what I mean by that is, if you don't live together and if you don't get married, like, is it right for you to be intervening in the upbringing of those children, or do you think that's something that the mother should do individually? And the reason I ask that is because sometimes the the style of raising your children may be something that you disagree with from your partner. So, yeah, for me personally, if I have children and I'm with a guy, I would like for him to be involved in the upbringing of my children, but only once we are in a serious, committed, long term relationship to where we are living together and stuff. Because I don't think that it's fair for you to be picking up my mess and being accountable for it if we don't have something super serious going on. See what I mean? And also, it's just not your responsibility. But if you would like to contribute and it doesn't bother you, that is a relief. And I would personally appreciate it. But for me to expect for you to be actively contributing to the well being of my children, no, I don't think that corresponds to you. I think that corresponds to you once we have, again, established a relationship and we're committed. And I'm like, well, if you commit to me, they are part of my package. So you need to accept that. And while you're at it, you might as well get involved. But if I think about it the other way around, would I like to be the mother to children who are not mine? See what I mean? I would not like that. So I would expect that the guy does not expect for me to fulfill the role of a mother unless the guy has custody and I intend to live with this guy. But honestly, guys, I like to avoid stress and complications so much that this is probably going to sound really immature, but I just do not care to be having responsibilities that do not belong to me. I would rather just give up on the guy. It's like long distance relationships. If you're not going to be there with me, I'm not going to waste my time with you. So if you're going to have children and not be able to commit to me, who is absolutely single, I don't have kids of my own, I don't want you like that, because you're going to bring stress and complications to my life that I have avoided for so long. Now, your children, I don't want to like undervalue them at all, not at all. Like, you know, you made your decision. At some point, you were with someone. Maybe you liked them, maybe you loved them, stuff didn't work out. What if the mother died? I don't know. But it's just that I have taken care of myself so much to avoid that. So why would I be involved with someone whose children I'm going to have to like borrow? See what I mean? So again, maybe I'm just saying that now because I'm still like young and I haven't experienced much. But even if the guy is incredibly amazing, I just cannot imagine sharing him. You're going to be committed to another woman for the rest of your life because y'all have offspring together. Why do I deserve that? But then if I flip the roles again, and if it were me with children, I would not like for the guy to be like, you have children, you're totally not worth it. So it's kind of difficult. So that's why I'm like, you know what, no children for me unless somehow all of the signs that this is going to work, and I'm not going to have to be out in the dating market again are there. But because I personally like to be with a man, but at the same time, if it's going to bring more problems than not, I have to make a choice. So if I decided to have children, that's the choice I made. I have to suck it up because I really do not want to have drama in my dating life. See what I mean? But hell, I also don't want to be deprived of having a man in my life. See what I mean? So how do I find that balance? And that's why earlier I was saying I'm going to present this as questions and ideas more than a definitive opinion because I don't know. I don't know. I only know from the stories that people have shared with me. Let's see. This is a difficult question. Oh yeah. Yes, kids come first. Okay, I already read that. I dated in the past a woman who had kids, but her daughter was already 18 out of the house and moved in with her boyfriend, which a year later she married and have kids. So I don't have any real experience with this. Kids come first of education, healthy teaching kids right, and wrong preaching about the God teaching the kids how to take care of themselves. Personally, I wouldn't date anyone with kids. Me either. Me either. I am not interested in that. And it's just because I want to start a family from scratch. And again, I have never met a couple that just didn't have problems with kids. So, like I said, I don't want to have to share my man with another woman for the rest of my fucking life, especially when I don't have children of my own. And not only that, but my children are going to have half siblings. How do you even handle that? Like, oh, I don't get to see my little brothers or my little sisters very often. I grew up with two half brothers. One I never met. One I met and I know the name of and I know what he looks like, but it's not like we have a relationship. It's we're strangers to one another. And that sucks. So I don't want to repeat that story. So, but anyways, maybe I'm just a terrible impatient person and selfish. Questions should be really, what are you looking for in a relationship? Stability. Nothing but stability. Stability and very little drama. As very little drama as possible. And I think that getting involved with someone who has a permanent commitment to someone else because of offspring is definitely asking for trouble. Just saying. So again, I really do not like to just reject people because of the decisions of their past, but this shit is important. This stuff is going to affect us. me. So if I can avoid that, I will. It doesn't matter how good of a guy you are. It doesn't matter how much you swear that your children are not going to get in the way. No, I don't want that, period. So, but, anyways, again, maybe I'm young, immature, I just don't know. Then I'll get older, a few years from now, and I'm going to regret what I'm saying now. But again, no, no. For right now, that is not an attractive thing. Um, let's see, where am I at? Okay. Grown kids do not even like their parents dating someone else, even when the kids are grown. In my personal experience, I did not care for my mother dating folks when I was either a kid or grown. Honestly, she was the kind of person who, at the first sign of trouble, she would just get rid of the guy after her experiences with my father. So drama did not have time to cook for me to like experience it. See what I mean? So yeah, I'm very grateful for that because it would have been a frustrating upbringing. I don't need to witness that as a little girl. Um, let's see. Personally, okay, I've read that already. God, I really wish I could pin that scroller somehow. Hey, where are you seeing those other comments? I am the only one here I see. Huh. It could be a delay on your interface. I'm not sure on that one, Wolf. Avoid single mothers. You know what? I have heard that so much. I have heard that guys feel that so much. But at the same time, like we were discussing the other day, men like to be protective and providers. And if you meet a girl who you just really like, it's like you can see beyond that. But if you actively opt for avoiding that, I can't blame you. I'm not a man, and I'm trying to avoid guys with children, you know? But it's just crazy that the older I get, the more people my age who are going to have their kids already. So it's not like I feel like my biological clock is ticking, da 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 da. Nah, nothing like that. It's just that to know that we all grew up, and some of us are parents, it's kind of trippy for me still. Okay. If a man or woman dating that person having kids, that person gotta be ready for a serious relationship or giving kids whipping, not even the real parent. Zamri, that's true what you're saying. Having children isn't something I'm looking forward to anymore. To say that me and my wife are going to be with each other our whole lives is ridiculous. Men and women who have kids had their chance. There are so many singles out there. It's really unfair to the singles. I am an amazing man. This is so true, Zam Zam. Zamri, it's really love that person taking care of somebody else's kid, even when the kid is handicapped. That is love. Oh, absolutely. Especially if it's a child that's going to be demanding. That is definitely an admirable trait. My brother, he was born with some, uh, let's say he had a few things that classified him as disabled, but mom fortunately had a lot of support and she was never rejected because of us. Um, but but at the same time, my mother made sure that she was prepared before having kids. By prepared, I mean having a job, had a career, had an education degree, and had a house. Okay? House. But that doesn't mean that she had to go around trying to see which guy is going to pick her up, and then while you're with that guy you try to take his resources, and then once that relationship is usually over because maybe you thought that you find the guy who's better, and then you're just skipping the pond. Like, no, make sure that you are prepared as an independent individual person. I would say when you get married, you need to be ready to be alone. And on top of that, if you were to have a life changing event, would you be able to deal with it alone? If you say yes to those questions, I think you would be a good single parent. But if you're going to depend on others, I think you should avoid that. But again, I am nobody to be telling you what to do with your individual reproductive rights, but I personally have been trying my damnedest to just not complicate my life. So again, maybe that's why I'm so immature and I just don't know what I'm saying. But if you're a guy and you're far away and or you're close by and you have kids, don't bother me. Don't bother me. Let's see. Everyone is going to have a different opinion on this. My personal opinion is somewhat based on a religious point of view, considering that that's the type of guy that I am. I wouldn't want my children to grow up without the full 24/7 support from both parents. I second that. Couples will eventually get tired of one another, and if that's the case, I would rather just date and have sex. Such as not to date anyone who doesn't know the Ten Commandments. That's what I would tell my daughter. I will tell my son to know the Ten Commandments and live by them. That's actually pretty. That's actually pretty good. Pretty fair. You cannot be upset when people betray you. It's human nature, so I think it is unfair to invest all of your expectations into a certain individual, no matter how close the relationship is. I think I personally am willing to give one chance to one guy out there to have the best and all of me. After that guy done fuck me up, that's it. It's going to suck for any future guys who have the best of intentions with me because they're the ones who are going to have to pay the consequences of the douchebag who did me wrong, and now I can never believe or trust anyone again. But for right now, I'm just willing to give just one chance in my lifetime. And then after that, if it fails with that guy, that's it. I will never commit or take anyone serious ever again. Like, I would embrace new relationships and go as far with them as I possibly can, but I'm not going to be like attached to them. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just saying that I will get married once. I will have children with just one man, and I will live and give my all to one man. And after that, it's over. It's over. It doesn't matter if I'm old and crippled, it's over. When Sam says it's over, it's over. Okay? So, yeah, those are words that you definitely don't want to hear from me. Because I'm serious. I don't play games. Um. Okay, where am I at? I'm gonna have to kind of speed through this because it's about to get late for me. Ew, Zammy said the F word. Ew, fuck! I have a half sibling. Her dad is not really a part of anyone's life. But then in my case, my mom is her mom, so it's probably different. At least one parent for everyone always lived in the house. Wolf, if you're still there, here's the part where I said that I would embarrass Ollie. Are you ready? Everybody, wish Ollie a happy birthday. It's his birthday. He's old. I'll never date a woman. Wanna be trapped. Wait, I'll never date a woman that trapped me knowing I'm not the father. I'm not in no relationship. I'm just saying. Maybe because my parents were always apart. As long as I remember, I just got used to the complication. I can understand wanting to avoid the drama. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about avoiding the drama. And on top of avoiding the drama is the fact that kids are expensive. So, dating in general is expensive. Imagine adding offspring who do not belong to you. That's going to be frustrating. And I just do not care for that. I just don't. But again, I don't want to make it sound like the children are the problem because I don't want to say that someone's life, someone's existence is a nuisance. It's just that it affects you. You, the adult, the individual, the potential date. Your focus will be split. And as someone who deals with the consequences of people who attempt to multitask and your focus is like all over the place, that mess is just going to end wrong. Just no, no. So unless you can master that somehow, then okay. But no, no, just no, no. Um, Today's world, people don't date like the old days anymore. That's true. Well, it's Ollie. My little brother from another mother. Sup, bruh? It's important that people have good money, a home, a job, and degree and future plans, blessed health, taking care of themselves, then have kids. Absolutely. But what if my kids are grown and moved on? Well, if your kids are grown and moved on, that's great. Um, but I mentioned a situation in which someone who I know has grown children and she ended up splitting from her relationship because the man got offended that one of her children got in trouble. And of course, her motherly instinct is my child can be like 40 years old and I'll still be their mother. I'll still want to support them. So I guess it really depends on your point of view. Do you absolutely like once your children grow up, move out, move on, you just act like they're no longer something that you need to worry about or be responsible for or feel the urge to protect? Or do you reserve that for when they're younger because they're defenseless and whatnot? But I personally feel like I would be an incredibly invested mother to where I would do anything for my kids no matter what stage of their lives they're in. But maybe, again, as someone who doesn't have any children and I'm still super young. I say that now because I want to be righteous and I'm the young person who has the key to ridding the world of evil, right? But, you know, I know that I am naive and immature on some stuff, so that's why I'm having this conversation because I don't know what to expect. Only you guys who have the experience can assess me accurately. I'm just really going by what my heart tells me right now, but I know that that's a petty way to go about it. So I just don't want to lie. Right now, that's how I feel, but maybe 5, 10 years from now, I'm gonna be like, you guys, do you remember that embarrassing stream? Yeah, no, I was wrong. I was wrong and I regret it. Um, Oi, how is life treating you, bruh? You, another F word, and the douche one. What's the douche word? I want 10 kids. That is going to be an expensive daycare bill. That's all I'm saying. I'm not that old. You're old! Happy birthday, Ollie, but thank you. Sammy, that's amazing. That's good. And most people getting married 5 times. I cannot do that. Married one time is enough. Yeah, like if you have been divorced so many times, I think you need to reconsider some things, reevaluate some things. But maybe you were married because your boyfriends had bad luck and they just kind of died. But that would be terrible. I think you would be that terrible person. But I think that death has such a different impact, especially if you are in a great relationship, nothing was wrong, and then your spouse just doesn't come home ever again due to that. And then it's like that's a complete different reason for you to be in the singles market again. That's terrifying. But, just to consider the fact that it's not always going to be you're having a disagreement with your spouse and you just have to like move on. Any number of things could split two people. Disease. So, but I would hope that if your partner gets sick, you don't just abandon them, but you do have a right to continue with your life if you have expectations that need to be met. But if you're married, then of course that's one of your vows, I guess, like till death set you apart, so or split you apart. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, let's see. Where am I at? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear Ollie. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I'm not singing that. I have a terrible singing voice. Happy birthday, Ollie. Everyone I know has betrayed me, so it's not even worth giving people these expectations anymore. My girlfriend of 3 years fucked my best friend. I'm done trusting people. That's gotta be painful. Oh, Ollie sounds happy. I like seeing Ollie happy. Parents are the problem, never the kids. Kids will follow their parents no matter what, even good or wrong, but Still, the kids have free will. That's true. Now, Ollie, I give this razor blade for shaving the man beard. This is your rite passage as you transition into manhood. Well, that's funny because didn't you shave yesterday, Ollie? Yeah, I think you shaved yesterday. Funny you should say that. I shaved it off. Yeah, yep, there you go. Good point, Zam. I will always try to do good for my kids. Can't help it. Hi, Garuda. This is laughing when parents cannot wait for their kids to move out until the day finally comes and they miss their kids being bored and being lonely. Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Yes. There is a lot of people who are always like praying for the day that the kids move out. And then it's all fun and games. And then you're like, I miss my children. I want my children. And then there are some women who be all emotional and dramatic. They be like, my kid is moving to California. He's gonna move so far away. And then it's the very person who used to say, oh, I gotta have my kids during the weekend. Yeah, I have the day off, but I gotta stay with, little Johnny or something. You are a two-faced hypocrite, just false individual, fake ass human being, Homo sapien. Make up your mind. Don't be a split personality. It's either you enjoy and you embrace your motherhood or you hate it. But don't try to give an image of the righteous woman who's like losing her child. Bitch, please. Please. My mother has never done that to us. When my brother moved out, she was like, all right, I know that all this time I knew that you're just life lent you to me. You have to go. But she was not all dramatic like some women, and she has never ever made us feel like we were getting in her way. Quite the opposite. She enjoyed us and she enjoyed being with us more than anything. And I could tell that's not her just saying nice words to us. That lady devoted herself. Okay? So, all these other phony ass women, no, shut up. So maybe it's women who made mistakes in the past and they realize it, and they they feel different now that they're older and mature, not as attractive and lonely. Let's throw that out there because you guys know that this is a no filter stream. We say things here the way they are. So, but if you're truly someone who learned from your experiences, good for you. But again, I hate it when there's some dramatic women who used to talk crap about having to foster their children. And then it's like when they move out, they're putting up this drama. Like, ugh. I just do not like emotional shows, all right? I have had, that I can think of, 3 times where in the stream I have tripped and I have actually genuinely cried, whether it was from anger, frustration, heartbreak, disappointment, whatever. But, like, no! If you do not genuinely enjoy your kids, don't be all dramatic when they depart. Shut up. But, anyways, you guys let me know if I'm just a cruel person. Please tell me the truth. I can take it. But yeah, that's just my feelings. I don't think it's all on the parents. Even bad parents can offer a good example of what not to do. A kid can develop a sense of right and wrong independently. Kids are more intelligent than people say. Absolutely. If I am going to have kids, probably won't have them until I'm 45, to be completely honest with you. Sounds fair. Zamri, I want to have 15 kids. Oh crap, we went from 10 to 15. That's gonna be, what is it? 1.5 times more expensive? I can't do math, so throw a lifesaver at me. You're getting a little ambitious there. Happy blessed birthday. Yep, everybody. Show my boy some love. Happy Tuesday, everybody. God bless. Lionheart gives Legends the high five and greetings. Then after Legends is the first that. Then a first bump followed by a finger snap. Fist bump. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're tripping. Followed and editing with a chest bump with Legends. You're a cool person, always, Emery. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure, but it's about time that I got ready to continue my day. Thanks so much for listening to me, and just sharing your opinions. I can't wait to see what other people might say later, if they catch the stream. But yeah, I think that this is a very important topic because, especially if you're someone who's always interested in dating someone, I think it's important for you to consider this stuff before it's just too late. And no amount of advice is ever like a surplus. It's ever like excessively. So, anyways, here, how about child report? Ooh, I guess we need to discuss that at some point as well. I wasn't listening to them radio. Well, when you unsubscribe, of course you're not listening. Wolf. Anyways, guys,